right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling's Bullshit Special, the last special of the year. We will be previewing and predicting AEW All In. AEW's biggest show of the year normally comes out of Wembley Stadium last year, and you had the pleasure of being in attendance when it was in Dallas,
Yes,
Texas,
sir. It was awesome.
Arlington, Texas, technically.
Yeah, it was one of the best show, probably the second best show I've been to outside of WrestleMania, of course. And main event was incredible. The whole card in general was just incredible, man. Like I'll never forget my experience there.
We have come to expect not only consistent excellence from AEW's pay-per-views throughout the year, but All In especially is like been their crown jewel since it started. Really, going back to the original All In, which was just an indie show before AEW even existed. This has become the spectacle that is pro wrestling. This is the spectacle show at an era where WrestleMania and SummerSlam are still very fun. Yes, absolutely. I still have fun with WWE. AEW is hell bent on giving pro wrestling to the people. And maybe there's a little bit more going on than just that in WWE. Nonetheless, man, we do this special for WrestleMania, we do this special for SummerSlam, and then we do it for All In. And if you like hearing Ant and I have conversations, then I recommend the Lights Out podcast where we analyze the world of boxing and MMA week in and week out. So there's the shameless plug there. And without further ado, let's get into this AEW All In London 2026 card. To start us off, we have a three-way match for the AEW International Championship. Kyle Fletcher defending against Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. And be ready to be... This is going to be the best triple threat of your life. This really is. This really is. I think it's hard to pick a winner, man.
Yes, bro.
I think
This is so
Takeshita. I think
hard.
Takeshita has a shining moment. That's my pick. But what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you got?
God, man, this is gonna be. Well, I mean, fuck. Just looking at this card, bro. Every match has the potential to be match of the night. But I think this one's gonna steal the show. But I think, like you said, this will probably be the best triple threat of your life. So, man, because I love all three of these guys, bro. But if I had to take a get, if I had to like, if I'm a gambling man, I'm taking Takeshita, bro. Like I think it's finally his time. You have to give it to Takeshita. Okada will be okay. Fletcher will be okay. It's Takeshita's moment in the sun, man.
I would agree 100%. What's cool about these preview and prediction shows that we do is it's usually interesting to see the matches that we disagree on. Like a lot of the times we disagree on who we think is going to win and why they should win. But when we have a disagreement, that's really when things get spicy. But we both got Takeshita starting off. I think that's a great pick. So let's move on. This is definitely going to be a fun match.
Oh yeah.
And this next one, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, we have a Falls Count Anywhere match where Kevin Knight will be defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin. Wow. Big match. We were kind of wondering what Darby Allin was going to do after losing the AEW World Championship back to MJF a couple months ago. But I like the fact that they have built Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. This can really go both ways. I think, oh man, I'm gonna say the Jet Kevin Knight. I'm gonna say Kevin Knight. Believe it or not, I wouldn't be surprised if Darby has a big moment and regains the TNT Championship. That would be incredible. I would love that. But I think they're trying to build a Jet here, and I think that's what's gonna happen.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm taking Darby, dude. I'm taking Darby Allen. So this is one of the times we're actually going to disagree. I think Darby's been through hell, man, and I think you got to give it to Darby, man. I think this is Kevin Knight will be fine. I think Kevin Knight will be perfectly fine. I think they're gonna build him up for sure, but uh, Darby's got this, dude. I'm going Darby Allen, man. This is the
I'm
perfect
gonna stand. I'm
opportunity
gonna
to
stand on it, but I do think you're right. I do think Darby will have a big moment here.
big
That's
moment,
a
dude.
really good way to give Dynamite some steam. Is just have Darby defend the TNT Championship every week on it. It's 2020 all over again. Woohoo! Except for the
Woo!
pandemic. But I think right. So that's our first one, man. Kevin Knight versus Darby. We'll see who comes out on top for that one. And then we have the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions in action, defending their belts against the Brawling Birds. Divine Dominion versus Brawling Birds. I feel like Brawling Birds have been a tag team that have been getting momentum slowly but surely over the past couple of months, and this is going to be their big pop, their big crowning moment, and they will become the new champions. Shout out to the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions as well. Championships. Champions, yes, Divine Dominion has been doing great. But the championships have been consistent in their young history. And I think giving the Brawling Birds this moment in Wembley Stadium will continue that momentum that they've got going for it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with you again. I think this is one of those things where you kind of you can give it to Divine Dominion, but I think you have to give it to the Brawling Birds, not just because of obviously the UK stuff, right? And then they're obviously at Wembley, but like they've been really like cohesive and very like as a unit. And I'm not saying Divine Dominion hasn't been the same either, but I think this is where you have to give the Brawling Birds their moment, man. I think, and it's there's no better place than Wembley. Like I think Jamie is extremely important because she's someone who feels like she should be holding a championship gold, and putting her against a powerhouse like Megan Bain gives you a very easy visual story. So I'm going with the Brawling Birds, man. Like
Yeah.
I think we're gonna agree again.
Yeah, man.
This is gonna be a quick episode.
It'll be a good moment to see Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor win those titles. I think it'll be the moment of their careers, and it's only up from there. I see Jamie Hayter becoming a world champion one day again, and I see Alex Windsor achieving the same thing at some point in time. So I'm very excited for the next chapter in these new AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship titles. I'm excited for the new chapter. Next, we have the AEW World Title number one contendership Casino Gauntlet match. And the first two competitors of this Casino Gauntlet match are Andrade El Idolo, the AEW National Champion, belts not on the line, of course, and MJF. Now, I definitely thought for sure that we would be getting Andrade versus MJF for the AEW National Championship, and I liked that idea. I really did. But no, we're getting the Casino Gauntlet match, and these are the first two contestants. I'm with that too. The Casino Gauntlet match is one of my favorite matches in wrestling right now. And I'm excited to see this all in one because usually the all in one is the biggest one. That's where anyone can come out. So I'm very excited for this. I think somebody we don't expect to win will win it. That's usually how it goes. And I will say, after AEW All In, I am excited for MJF versus Andrade El Idolo. I think we'll get that big title fight at AEW All Out in a couple weeks or whenever that is.
Yeah, it's
So,
closer than we realize, man. And here on Cage Match, it actually has Champa in as the third participant. I don't know, was that is that an error or was is Champa
I
actually in?
believe he's locked in as the third competitor.
Okay, yeah, because it says here on Cage Match that Champa's on here.
But, like, do we even make a prediction for this? Because this is like making a prediction for the Royal Rumble. This ring's
Yeah,
going to fill up.
yeah. I mean, like I think this one's I think this is it's best if we don't make a prediction because, like you said, it's the Royal Rumble, kind of like the Royal Rumble situation, like where it's a Royal Rumble situation because we don't know the rest of the competitors, and like literally the thing is anybody can win. Like I would like to say Chop or MJF, but
Sheamus, that's my pick. Sheamus.
that's
Sheamus could win.
not,
Whatever
that's
they
what
call him in AEW. Brute force or something. I don't know.
brute force.
Um, but let's go ahead and move on to this Continental challenge. What are they calling it? The Continental Challenge Cup, I believe.
Final match, yeah.
Yes, because we will see the final match, which will of course be for the AEW Continental Championship at All In. But before we get there, we got to get to the semifinals, which will be on Dynamite this week. You got John Moxley, the current Continental Champion, taking on Claudio Castagnoli, his left-hand man, in the Death Riders. That'll be a good match. This was kind of a match I was hoping for at All In, but I'm glad to get it nonetheless. And then on the other side, so the winner of Moxley and Claudio will go on to the final and face the winner of Kyle O'Reilly and Nigel McGuinness. So not only do we have to pick between two guys, we have to pick between four guys because the semifinal matches haven't happened. So there could be a situation where both of the guys we pick aren't even in the final match, and there could be a situation where one of our picks is and the other is not. So this is gonna get interesting. Okay. Would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm gonna lock in Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm locking that in. I think that's the match to make. I think I feel like you can maybe build that up a little bit. I think maybe there's from what I've seen. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they've been building this up a little bit from what I've seen. You can correct
Yeah,
me if I'm
they
wrong.
definitely have been.
So I think it's got to be O'Reilly and Mox, bro. I mean, I would like to see Nigel versus like Mox, but I think it's got to be Kyle O'Reilly and John Moxley, bro. That's the only match that to me makes the most sense.
Yeah, I'd be shocked to see Nigel, but I'm gonna take Moxley. I'm gonna take Moxley because Moxley gave Kyle O'Reilly the tap out late last year, and I think he's not done.
Mm.
I do think it will be Claudio Castagnoli that takes the Continental Championship off of him. But I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be mad either to see him take that Continental Championship all the way to the C2, to the Continental Classic. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah, a lot of these are too early to call, huh? Like that's the thing with this, like with these like matchups. Some of these matchups that some of these are just too early to call, like too close to call.
yeah, well, that's what makes a fun show.
Yeah,
I'll be rooting for Moxley, and my pick is Moxley.
I'm
I
taking
really
I'm taking Mox I'm taking Mox too, bro. And I'm gonna yeah, we're both gonna agree again for once.
Dude, it's crazy because I'm sure a lot of y'all. I wouldn't be mad if y'all were tired of John Moxley at this point, but I'm not. I was tired of him when he had the world title in a briefcase, like we all were. But right now, I am a big fan of what he's doing. What he's doing is simple yet effective and consistent and fun. I like the Continental Championship on John Moxley right now. I really do, and I'm hoping he keeps it. Otherwise, Kyle O'Reilly would be a great pick for the Continental Championship for sure. Next, we have a very interesting tag team match that we never thought we'd get, but here we are. We're getting it. We get Cage and Cope defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship against the Young Bucks.
Damn,
This is crazy.
that is.
The fact that we are getting this match is nuts. You got to think Cage and Cope are going over here, right? Like they are probably going to retire in Canada. I believe Wrestle Dream is where they are going to have their last match, if I'm not mistaken. Their last match is going to be at some point later this year. I imagine they retain against the Young Bucks, but I imagine this match is just everything we can expect it to be. The Young Bucks deliver, man. I hate to say it. They, in my mind, are worth the hype. I know a lot of people don't hype them up anymore, but when I watch them wrestle, they still do the damn thing. Cage and Cope, pretty old at this point. Still moving, though. Still nimble. Still excellent. Not at their peak, but still excellent. This is going to be fun. I'm really glad we're getting a match like this on a big stage. And I take Cage and Cope.
Yeah, and if you had told me 10 years ago that this match would end up happening, I would have said you were absolutely out of your mind. Like, this is legacy versus legacy, obviously. And This one is so hard to call, bro, because I love both of them. Like I love the Young Bucks. I've been a big fan of them since their New Japan days and like Bullet Club and all that. But I gotta ride with my boys. I gotta ride. I gotta ride Cage and Cope, man. They're the first tag team that I really fell in love with as a wrestling fan. Um, Besides the Hardys, of course, but I'm taking Cage and Cope, bro. I think you got to put them over, man. I think this match, like you said, it'll be everything we expect it to be. I think we'll see an absolute classic, but I'm taking Cage and Cope, dude.
And now we get to our co-main and main event. Of course, the winners of the Owen Cup, the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Cup, whatever, all will be competing in the co-main and main event. We'll start with the co-main as this year's Owen winner, back-to-back Owen winner, Mercedes Moné, will be challenging Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Championship in a huge match. They are tied at 1-1. This is the um, rubber match. This is the rubber match between Willow and Monet. And you already know I'm on that CEO train. But where are you at with it, Ed? Where are you at with it?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like they've booked Willow to be a transitional champion because as much as I hate to say that, it's true. Like it's obvious. Like from the start of this from the start of this Owen Hart tournament, that it was destined for Mercedes to win the whole thing, and she's probably gonna win. My gut says Mercedes, but I want Willow to win so badly, bro. I really want her to. I'm going for the upset, bro. I'm taking Willow.
Dude,
Shockingly,
I would not be mad if Willow won this match. I think everybody expects Mercedes Monet to get the win. I
yeah,
would be
especially
very
since
happy if Willow shocked the world
but
and won
especially
this
since
match.
like she lost to Tony last year, right? I mean, she lost to Tony, and everybody expected Mercedes to beat Tony last year at All in Texas. Even like I was like, oh man, they're gonna give it to Mercedes. I mean, which I was fine with. I mean, but then they gave the win to Tony, so I was like, oh okay, like that's cool. And but I think now they're gonna give it to Mercedes, but I want Willow to win, bro. I'm going for the upset.
Okay, so we got two matches where we defer, right? And that is the TNT Championship match between Darby Allin and Kevin Knight, and then Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Monet. I wouldn't mind Willow winning, but I think Mercedes is winning, and I'm okay with that too. I think she's gonna be awesome. I think she's gonna keep the momentum of that title going because that title has had excellent momentum, right? From Tony Storm to Chris Statlander to freaking Tekla to Willow Nightingale and now to Mercedes Monet. Like this title has years of momentum behind it at this point, and I've been very happy with it. So yeah, we got one more match to get into, man, and that's the main event for the AEW World Title. It is going to be Kenny Omega defending the belt against Will Ospreay, and obviously it's going to be Will Ospreay.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Osprey's this is his crowning moment. This is it's his time. I I expect nothing short of a classic. Obviously, from their previous encounters. I mean, they're gonna put on an absolute fucking war, bro. Like, let's be honest here. I
Yeah,
love Kenny. I love heel Kenny. I like that he kind of brought the cleaner back a little bit, but it's Osprey's time, bro. They've been building this up, building it up, building it up. You got to give it to Osprey, bro.
I
If
agree
not now, then
100%.
when?
I agree 100%, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a match for the ages. It's Osprey versus Omega for crying out loud. This is one of the. This is Reigns and Rollins. This is Rollins and Moxley in 20. Like this is the match of this generation, right? Omega, Will Osprey.
Yeah, it's the golden generation facing off, man. Pretty much. That's the best way I can put it. like as a fan. Like it's the golden generation facing off against the golden generation. Like it's the best of the best.
Yeah, and I got Osprey. I got Osprey for sure.
I got Osprey for sure,
So,
man.
so we got two matches. We got two matches here that will determine who is able to win the preview and prediction show.
Yeah, man.
But I want to ask you this. I want to have fun here.
Let's
Um,
do it.
in the co-main and main event of All In this year, would you rather have both champions retain or two new champions? Would you rather have Kenny Omega retain and build up Will Ospreay's big win for another year, which they could do if they wanted to. They really won't. They won't do that. Don't worry. And Willow retains, or would you rather have Monet win and Osprey win? It's probably going to be two new champs. Let's be real.
Ah, man, it's just shouldn't be hard, but I'm gonna go with the second option, bro. I think. I mean, they've been building up and building up and building up, right? So I mean, if you're not gonna pull the trigger, as much as I would like to see Willow and Kenny retain their titles, like I said, if not then, if not now, then when, right? I mean, not if not now, then when? I mean, you can still build up to Osprey's crowning moment. You can still build up to Mercedes' crowning moment, but I think it has to happen now. I think I'd rather have the two new champions because I mean, then you can keep like I'm not gonna sit here and say that like if the champions retain then we're not gonna they're not gonna have anything for them. No, this is AEW, man. Of course they're gonna have something for Willow and Kenny. But I think if you have crown new champions, you get a brand new clean slate, and you can start you can hit the reset button a little bit, and you can really build up other matches or dream matches that we haven't gotten yet. So
Yeah.
does that I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm with you, man. I think we're going to see two new champions in the co-main and main event of All In. And I think that's rightfully so, man. This will be a new era of AEW under Will Ospreay as world champion, something they've been building to for a few years now, and Mercedes Monet as women's world champion, which is of course something they've also been building to. It's kind of my whole thing when AEW started was I can't wait for Darby to hold the world title. And we've seen that already. And it was amazing and I loved it. I loved every chapter of that story.
For
As the
sure.
years went by, I added two other people that I'd like to see as world champion. We'll be like, in my mind, I was like, we'll see where things are at when that finally happens. Will Ospreay, and then of course Mercedes Monet, who has been what was the first All In under AEW? It was 2023, if I'm not mistaken. She was sitting in the crowd of that All In, and now she will be once again fighting for the world title and probably winning the world title. So man, this is gonna be sick.
It
All
is,
In's going
man.
to be fantastic. Be ready for a moving wrestling spiritual experience. Okay, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of fun with a lot of different promotions from Wrestle Kingdom to CMLL to WWE SummerSlam, WWE WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, all that good stuff. All in my opinion, is the wrestling show to watch in
Oh
this
yeah,
modern
bro.
era of professional wrestling.
And it's the wrestling show to attend, bro. Like I said, I mean, outside of WrestleMania 38, which I was there for as well, All in Texas is probably one of the best shows I've been to, like ever. Like I remember it was me, a buddy of mine, and then my dad, and then some my buddy's cousin, and we had the time of our lives, bro. Like even my dad, like who rarely watches AEW, like with me, he's a very casual viewer. He knows like Osprey, Kenny, and all them, Cajun Cope. But when I took my dad to All In, he was blown away by every single match. Like he was like, "Man, this is awesome." He loved the tag team match between who was it, Osprey and Swerve against the Young Bucks. He said that's probably one of the best. That was probably his favorite match of the night.
That was an incredible
And
match,
then of course
dude.
for me, Texas Death Match was an absolute out of body experience, I guess, bro. Because I mean, by the end of the show, I think I completely lost my voice, bro. Like, oh my god, like it was just the absolute best time.
That
For
had to be the craziest main event ever, I swear. That was a
yes,
crazy ass main event.
yes, and I
I'll ask
remember.
you this then. Do you think All In 2026 will top All In 2025? Is that something you think that'll
Ooh,
happen? If you had to pick one of the two, which one is going to be the better show when it's all said and done?
God, this is hard, bro. Because all the matches on all in Texas were fucking amazing, bro. Because for me, I'm biased because I got to see Kenny and Okada wrestle, and that's a lifelong dream of mine since I was like 14, 15. That was just my buddy. Shout out my boy, who showed me their matches in New Japan. I gotta. This is gonna. I'm going all in Texas, bro. I'm excited for this card, but I will always hold. And this is gonna sound biased, but I will always hold a very special place in my heart for all in Texas. Always.
Yeah, like I wasn't even there at the show, and I agree with you. I think All In Texas really like started this like return to form for AEW, where all the pay-per-views were as good as they ever were every single time. Like that all started with All In 2025.
Yeah, man. This makes me wish I had my all in Texas jersey, bro. I bought one at the show and I forgot to bring it with me because I'm
All
moving
good. Yeah,
location.
I mean, I'm just like thinking it's been a full calendar year and AEW's been consistent.
Yeah, man.
You got to think like the fact that we had to think about whether this year's All In was better than last year's is just telling to their momentum and how it's remained over a full 12 months. It's incredible.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of like interesting stories, man. I never thought I'd see Darby as champion. I was like I said, I was like you, like where I wanted to see it happen, but I was like realistically, they're not going to do it. And then here we are. They ended up doing it. It was really awesome. And then obviously, I never thought Takesha would ever leave the Don Callis family either. I was like, oh man, he's gonna be stuck there. But now here we are, 12 months later, full calendar year later, man, and now all three of them get to go at it. Like this is gonna be an absolute fucking war, bro. Absolute wild time, bro. And I'm all here for it. Like,
Me too, man. Me too.
and
Very excited.
yeah,
This has been very fun to do with you, man. Very excited for All In.
yeah, yeah, man. And I appreciate you having me on here, man. I appreciate you allowing me to come on here every couple months, talk wrestling. I know obviously we do the Lights Out podcast together. Um, like I said, man, you're the best host of this podcast, and then of course the Lights Out podcast as well, man. So I appreciate every single every single time we get to talk, man. I always appreciate it, man. So thought I just thought I'd let you know, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for saying that. It's been a great time. Of course, we have been doing the Lights Out podcast once a week at this rate because the world of boxing and MMA, the world of combat sports is just so incredible right now. So, of course, catch us on the Lights Out podcast. We are posting Sunday, if not Monday, most of the time. We just analyzed Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. And then, of course, we also have Moses Atama versus Philip Hergovich for the IBF heavyweight title happening this upcoming weekend, the day before All In. So check out the Lights Out podcast. Keep tuned in to Wrestling is Bullshit right here. The Wrestling is Bullshit podcast is just me, week in and week out, with the world of wrestling. And then we have these specials. And this is going to be the last special of the year. We will talk about WrestleMania next year. That'll be our next special. Other than that, man, keep tuned in to the Wrestling's Bullshit podcast and the Lights Out podcast. Watch those two shows, and you will be up to date in the world of wrestling and combat sports.
Yes, sir.
This has been the Wrestling is Bullshit special. I'm with my boy Ant, and we're out of here. Peace
Peace.
out, fellas.